feet are killing me. Why shoes? Why?
I think those shoes were made more for style than for comfort.
Shoes! You betrayed me!
Hang in there, everyone. It's not much further. But I guess it's a good time to take a snack break.
Wow, Mr. Caramnay, you learned how to read that map really fast. I mean, it was only a couple days ago that you looked at it for the first time.
I guess you're right. I mean, we all have learned a lot on this trip. Shout out to Morgan. Thanks for the help, though.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I was able to use all those years as a Girl Scout to actually help people rather than just to show off. Wait, did you actually remember my name?
Well, of course. I know all your names now.
I thought you were bad at names.
Well, Savannah, I guess that's not the only area where I've grown. Maps and names. But I know I'm not the only one who's learned a few things along the way either.
Morgan, you used to want to keep all your things to yourself, including the things that you know. But now you've been teaching all of us how to be better hikers.
I didn't do it all on my own. You guys helped me realize that I can use what I have and what I know to help serve others. I was so worried about all my accomplishments that all I really cared about was making people think I was smart.
You've really gotten a lot better.
Thanks, Carissa. You've really grown too. I haven't seen you use hand sanitizer since we last stopped to eat. You were so worried when we first started that I didn't think you were going to enjoy yourself at all.
Well, I am still a bit nervous about getting sick, but I've learned that worrying only ruins the present without doing anything for the future. Being safe is still important, of course, but I was forgetting to enjoy the moment right now when I was worrying about all the what-ifs that might happen. God took care of me this far, so I know I can trust Him to keep taking care of me. Even if there's a few twists and turns along the way, I know that He'll be with me.
I'm really happy to hear that, Carissa. And honestly, you seem a lot happier too.
I am.
It's really cool to see how you're facing your fears and are trusting God instead.
Whoa, Savannah, remember way back at the beginning of this hike how you thought it was crazy to believe in God? It's really cool to see you opening up your mind and your heart to Him. I really didn't expect you to do that.
Well, I'm as surprised as you are, but the more that I think about it, the more that I think you guys are right. I don't feel so lonely and defensive anymore. And even though my parents thought I was their perfect little angel, I'm really not.
Honestly, I can't believe all of the changes that you guys have been through. It's really quite remarkable.
Well, what changes do you see?
Well, everything that you guys have mentioned already. Carissa, you're more confident. Savannah, you're more open-minded. Morgan, more humble and willing to help people. And Nicky, I haven't seen you on your phone for an hour.
Well, no one told me where to charge my phone and it's dead, but I don't really care. What's happening to me?
You also haven't changed your outfit in an hour.
I know, right? After I learned that Candy Unicorn Falls was just a myth, those things don't matter to me anymore.
What things?
Things like Instagram followers, being super stylish, having lots of likes.
Well, we're all friends now. We'll like you no matter what.
I'm really glad that we're all friends. I'm so excited to try church out with you guys.
Me too.
Same.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys went to church.
Well, I haven't before, but I really want to learn about Jesus and all the other characters in the Bible.
Me too. I think it's really awesome that we're able to pray and talk to God and that He actually listens, even though He made the whole world.
He listens and answers. He loves us and wants us to be with Him.
You know, I remember hearing all that stuff in Sunday school, but this feels like the first time that I'm actually listening to it. It's actually pretty sweet that God made the world and made us and wants to have a relationship with us despite the fact that we screw up so much.
I still can't believe that someone who was perfect and didn't do anything wrong was willing to take on my sin, even though He didn't deserve it. Jesus is awesome.
It's actually super comforting to know that we don't have anything to worry about anymore. Even death isn't scary anymore because we know that we'll be with the God who loves us and cares about us. It's really freeing to know that.
Yeah, it really is wonderful. Well, let's pack up and keep going. We don't have to be the smartest, or the richest, the most pretty or handsome, the best dressed, or the most successful. All of those things that the world makes seem really good are actually just temporary. They can all be lost in an instant. You can lose your health in a moment. You can lose your stuff in a minute. But the things that God teaches us, the truth in His Word, that lasts forever. Our relationship with God lasts forever. It is a crazy and wonderful adventure with a lot of really tough things sometimes, but we have the most amazing future to look forward to. Life forever with Him in heaven.
Well, that sure does beat the hike here. But it looks like we finally made it to our goal, which still seemed so impossible at the start.
Wow, it's so beautiful. I really want to take a mental picture of this. Hashtag creation is awesome.
I'm glad I stopped carrying all that unnecessary gear. It was really slowing me down. I would have never been able to make it here if I was still carrying that.
I'm really glad that you didn't try to get me to carry it for you.
Lucy, you never said how you thought you grew in this trip.
Well, I guess I used to really care about what other people thought of me too. I'd always try to do the right thing and get people to like me, but I'd get really scared if I thought they'd disagree with me, so I didn't always want to share what I believed. But I've learned that it's actually really important to be brave, and that you can share your faith and your story with others and listen to them too, and some really awesome stuff can happen in the process.
That's great, Lucy.
You know, you guys have worked really hard to get here. Even harder than you probably should have. But through it all, you persevered. You could have turned back and thought it was too hard. You could have been relaxing at home, but you didn't. You pushed through, and it's helped you grow as people. And you've helped one another along the way, and you trusted in God all along. For that, I'm gonna give each of you an achievement pin for your accomplishment once we're back at school.
Thanks, Mr. Brolow.
And thank you, John. You didn't know what you were getting yourself into, but I'm glad that we had you with us.
Me too.
I'm gonna tell my parents that you're an awesome teacher, Mr. Caramnay.
Oh, thanks, Savannah.
Yeah, they don't need to know about the bear.
Or how we got lost.
Or how we went off the trail to make camp.
Hey, that wasn't my fault. But honestly, yeah, it's gonna make a pretty epic story.
I can't wait.
Hashtag expedition. Hashtag journey into the unknown.
I like the sound of that.
Me too.
We did it!
Well, is everyone ready for the next part of our adventure?
Yeah!